let's talk about Flask. Flask is a micro web framework written in Python. It is classified as a micro framework because it doesn't require particular tools or libraries. It has no database abstraction layer, form validation, or any other components, where pre-existing third-party libraries provide common functions. Flask offers suggestions but doesn't enforce any dependencies or project layout. It is up to the developer to choose the tools and libraries they want to use. Flask comes packaged with the Jinja templating engine by default. It is designed to make getting started quick and easy, with the ability to scale up to complex applications. There are many extensions provided by the community that makes adding new functionality easy. Virtual Environments provides us an isolated environment for Python projects. This means that each project can have its own dependencies, regardless of what dependencies every other project has. So let's set up a virtual environment by using the virtual env package. Open your terminal or command prompt and make sure that you already installed Python. We can install the virtual env package by using a simple command as pip install virtual env. Great. Now, to create a virtual environment, just type the command as virtual env, then you have to write the name of the environment, and you can also mention the version of Python you want to use. Also, make sure that you are inside the right directory where you want to create your virtual environment. Great. Now, we need to activate this by using the command as source, then write the name of your environment /bin/activate. You can see it's activated. So let's set up a Flask application. We will install the Flask package and create a basic Flask project. To install the Flask, you just need to run the simple command as pip install Flask. When you execute this command, pip will not only install Flask but also all of its dependencies. You can check what packages are installed in the virtual environment at any time using the command pip freeze. The output of pip freeze includes detailed version numbers for each installed package. I'll use the professional edition of PyCharm as my editor throughout this course. You can also use its community edition, which is free of cost but doesn't provide to create the Flask boilerplate project. You may need to create a simple project and add the Flask logic, or also you can use the editor of your choice. I'll click on Create New Project. You can see here we have a bunch of options to choose for a boilerplate project, so I will select the Flask. Now we can define a bunch of configurations like the location of your project and its name, Python interpreter, which is actually the virtual environment with the Python version 3.7, and using virtual env package. We can choose an existing one which we created earlier, then I'll click on Create. Great. You can see your project files here. If I open the app.py, you can see it's already added the basic stuff for us. Now to run this app, we have multiple options. The first one, we can run it by using the built-in terminal of PyCharm. If I hit this button, you can see it's activated our virtual environment. So I run the command as python app.py and hit enter. You can see our Flask app is running. You can also see a run button here. If we click on this button, our app is running once again. Great. Let me introduce you to the Bookly. It includes a REST API with a web frontend. We can perform the CRUD operation on books. It means we can create, read, update, and delete a book. Users can store their favorite books at one place. We are going to use this application to implement unit testing and logging. So let's see the demo of this application. I will open this project in PyCharm. You can see we have a bunch of directories and files. You can get this project from GitHub by using the link appearing on screen. It will include the requirements.txt file. So you have to install all the dependencies in order to run this application. I'll simply click this run button and we can access it at localhost :5000. We can see the home page loaded with bunch of books. You can click on this See Detail button to get more information about that particular book. On the home page, you can see an option to add a new book. When you click on this button, it will redirect you to login if you didn't already. You can create a new account by clicking on Create One. I already have an account, so I will log in. Once again, it will redirect me to home page. But now, if we click on Add New Book button, it will allow me to create a new book. Let me add the details. Great. Now, click on Create. It will add that particular book and redirect us to the home page. You can see the newly created book here. Now, click on See Details. Now this time we access this page as an authenticated user, so we get more options like edit and delete. That's it. It's not a complicated application. I created this as an example to use throughout this course. There's a lot of improvements we can make, but our purpose is to implement unit testing and logging to this application to make it much more reliable.